In today's video, I would like to talk about an interesting subject to me. What happens when we die? Now, the reality is that no one, and I mean no one, knows. Now, you may see countless videos online or clips from movies or stories in books about near-death experiences, and that's all good and all, but there is probably an equal number of reasons to debunk each and every one of those claims. Now, since no one knows, it would be wrong of me to claim that I know. So this video is not necessarily about what I think happens, but rather how it's important to frame the question, since we all have to face the reality that eventually we are all going to die. Now, the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh had an interesting parable that he talked about before he died. In it, he acknowledges that a lot of people fear death, mostly because they worry about what they're going to miss after they're gone. Now, I certainly feel like that's a big part of the fear that I've had in the past. I used to think about what I was going to miss after I was no longer on this planet. But he goes on to ask about what you would have missed before you were born. Do you think about things that happened to people in your life before you were around? Are you sad that you weren't there for it? Does it make you nervous or give you anxiety that you weren't there for it? Probably not, right? So then the question can be asked, well, why do we feel so much fear or anxiety about what we're going to miss when we're no longer here? If we don't similarly miss, things before we were here. And that begs an even better question. Is there anything even here after we're gone? What if this reality that you're experiencing right now while you're alive dies with you? Now, I'm not trying to say that that's actually going to happen. This is just a thought experiment. This concept is known as solipsism. The idea in solipsism is that you are a singular consciousness and experiencing your own life, but it's only your own. And that all of the people in your life and all of the things that you experience are basically a figment of your imagination or an overactive consciousness, if you will. All right, so let's play with that thought for a second. Try to bounce it around in your head a little bit. Imagine that hopefully many years down the road, as you take in your last breath and your body shuts down, that all reality ceases to exist. Everything. Every person you know, every place you've been, every planet in the solar system, every star in the night sky, it all just goes away. Now, if you sit here and contemplate that idea, that in your last moment, all reality ceases to exist, are you still afraid to die? Or does this thought give you some form of comfort? Now, that begs another question. If it does give you comfort, why? Why does it give you comfort? And if it gives you more anxiety, why does it do that? Now, of course, the idea that reality will cease to exist seems silly on its surface, like some kind of fantasy. But what does the past seem like to you? I mean, does the past resonate with you the same way that, your present reality does? Now, I'm not referring to your past. Think about Julius Caesar. We know Julius Caesar was real. There is far more than enough evidence, I should say, to prove his existence. Yet, how does his existence pertain to you directly? If Caesar never existed, does your life directly change? I don't think so. In the same vein, do you know the name of the first president of the first colony on Mars? Well, of course you don't, because we haven't colonized Mars. Most likely, no one alive on this planet today will live long enough to see a viable colony on Mars established well enough to have formed its own government. But we can likely all agree that someday down the road, barring humanity destroying itself first, there will likely be a first president on Mars. So let's shift back to something that matters more directly to you. Do you know the name of your great-great-grandfather? Maybe you do. Most people don't. If you do know, how far back do you have to go before you don't know the name of an ancestor? Now, also, you likely do not know the name of your great-great-grandson or granddaughter. Unless you are either very old and your family breeds very young, or you are a royal family of some sort that will have a Stephen the 14th or something. So my next question is, are you sad that your great-great-grandfather died? Probably not, right? We just don't have the bandwidth to be sad about everybody that dies, unless maybe you're one of those very empathetical hippies that communes with the universe in a very existential way. Yet I digress. What about Stephen the 14th? You actually have this currently unnamed great-great-grandson or granddaughter. There's an overwhelming probability that you will never know that person, yet someday that person will also die. Does that make you sad? Or is that just how life works? Okay, so from Julius Caesar to your great-great-grandfather, you feel no attachment that makes you sad that those folks passed. And from Stephen the 14th, aka your great-great-grandson, to the first president of the Mars colony and beyond, you feel no emotional connection either, right? Is that fair to say? So, what is it about everyone in our lives in between, or at least the people close to us? How does their existence change our perception of dying? Not them dying, mind you. Grief that's a subject for another time, and that is equally fascinating. But for now, let's focus on your death. What exactly is it that we fear? Is it the pain of the process? Maybe. Depending on the circumstances, obviously. But is it leaving the loved ones behind? Knowing that your death will cause them grief? Possibly. And that's fair. Or is it FOMO, the fear of missing out? In my opinion, that's the killer one. Okay, so let's circle back. Suppose you die, or suppose when you die, it's just lights out. Maybe you go to heaven, if that's something you believe in. Maybe you go to some form of hell, if that's something you deserve. But since I do not believe that we live on as ghosts, and I do believe that the phenomenon of consciousness is a spontaneous effect of trillions of neurons throughout the body, well, my guess is that the lights just go out. You know what that means? That means your job is done. Your parents, your kids, your job, your car, your lawn, the plumbing, your bills, none of that is your responsibility anymore. Now, does that sound selfish? No, seriously, does it? But do you have any choice? We know we can't live forever. That's a fact. But have you heard of the Serenity Prayer? It goes, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Now, let's apply that to this discussion. You are going to die someday. Can you change that? No. What can you change? Well, you can change how you live. You can change how you treat people. You can change how you prepare your life and the lives of your loved ones while you are still here. You just need the courage and the wisdom to do it. This is the very essence of my shift into hedonism, with a little dash of nihilism. Now, I will discuss that another time, but here's what I will say concerning what I've been talking about. You have a limited amount of time left in life. Maybe a day, maybe a year, maybe a decade, maybe more. But each and every minute is precious. Each and every minute is one less that you have to spend later. Each and every minute you waste is one less for your loved ones to remember you. Each and every minute is an opportunity to live. Because when that last moment does come for you, as it comes for us all, I hope that each and every one of you can go to the darkness with the satisfaction of knowing that you lived your life the best way you could. And that's all we can all do. My name is Christopher Hess. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it. If you've subscribed to my channel, great. If you have not, it takes just 1 second. Click that button. And that way you can get my videos every day. I tried something new today. I wrote a little bit of a script. It might have seemed a little wonky. I hope it came off okay. But the message is clear. We only have a short amount of time. It's precious, and spend it well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.